Now we go to Dhamma talk. Please, before we go to Dhamma talk, please join me to invoke the name of our teacher 3 times. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Somebody want to come in, please let him come in. When you practice meditation, that means you practice mindfulness. Doesn't mean when you sit down, you're in position that you meditate. Everything you do, be mindful. Okay, everything you do. You play sport, you be mindful. You don't have accident. You drive, be mindful, and don't have accident. You climb the stair, you be mindful. You have no accident. So that's the best thing to do. Okay, be mindful. Everything you do, remind yourself, self-discipline, okay, and self-control, okay? Today I talk to you about the practice of Buddhism again, okay? There are 20 difficulties Buddha teach you. You have, when you practice in life, they have difficulty. You need to surpass it. You need to recognize the difficulty. Then when you see the difficulty in life, don't give up. Never give up, never give in, okay? Winston Churchill, he's the Prime Minister of England before. When he fought against the Nazi, he have that saying, never give up, never give in, okay? So that's a good thing you do. And Buddha tells you about 20 things, 20 obstacles, you need to surpass it. The first thing, okay, in Buddhism is religion of love. The first thing, when you're poor, it's very difficult to do charity, okay? But some people, they still do charity even they're poor, okay? Like Gandhi, he's like a saint. He's an Indian sage, okay? He have 2 bowls of rice, he eat 1 bowl. He keep 1 bowl of rice, he give to the poor people. Because he's love. He's a very good person. He's like a saint, like a bodhisattva. He's not a Buddhist person. He's a Hindu. But he always practiced love. He's admirable, okay? He fight against the English people to gain the independence for India. But he didn't use the violence. He used the non-violence, and he win. And he get the independence for India by non-violence. Not, he never advocate we have to use weapon, have to kill the English people to get the independence. He said, no, non-violence. And he did it. It's wonderful. And one thing, like for example, one time he had one Hindu man, he killed the father of one Muslim family, okay? And so the man, he repented. He said now he had to raise the boy of the family because he killed the father. But Gandhi tell him, you have to raise him as a Muslim. You cannot raise him as a Hindu because you kill his father, is a Muslim man. So he raised him as a Muslim boy, okay? That you pay back to the father. You see how fair mind is Gandhi, okay? So Buddha teaches the first thing, it's very difficult to do charity when you are poor, but you still can do it. You give it by love, you give a little, just the token of love, you still can do charity. That's the first thing. The second thing, to be rich, to be famous, very difficult to practice Buddhism. Because people, they're rich, they're educated, they're intelligent, they become arrogant. I said, no, I don't need it. I don't have to do Buddhism. I have other religion because Buddhism is a religion of love. Except it's very difficult to practice when you're rich, you're famous. Okay? I said, no, I don't know what means Buddhism. Okay? I don't practice it. The third thing, to sacrifice your life for the respect of law, for the rightfulness, is very difficult. Some people, they believe in one philosopher. He's saying this one. He said the practice of truth and justice is the mantra. It's a good thing you have to do. And Buddha did the same thing before here, this man. He said that even you have to sacrifice your life for rightfulness, you do it. But some people, they don't do it, okay? And the fourth thing, to understand and to assimilate, to practice the Dharma is difficult. That's the fourth thing, because it's so difficult, it's so profound. The fifth thing, if you're born the time of a Buddha, or when you meet the Buddha, it's very difficult. It's already gone, 26 centuries ago. We're not lucky, we're not blessed to be born the time Buddha, okay? So it's difficult. The sixth thing, not to succumb, not to go to the sensual design. It's very difficult. It's attraction. Okay, some people, they see the sensual design, they cannot resist it. It's very difficult. And the seventh thing, when you see something beauty, something pretty, you don't have the desire. That's difficult. That's very difficult. And eight things, when you humiliated, somebody humiliate you, and you're not angry, you're not resentful, that's very difficult, okay? Some people, they humiliate you and unfairly, and you have the idea to revenge it. And if you stop that, it's very difficult. Buddha teach you, okay? Like one time, some people, they want to humiliate Buddha, okay? So she insulted him in front of him. He called him by the name. So the lady, she asked me, and the Buddha didn't answer. He said, Gautama, did you hear me? He said, yes, ma'am. I insult you. Why do you answer me? He said, something I give to you. You didn't accept it. So where the gift go? Or go back to you. He said the same thing. You insult me. I didn't take your insult. So why the insult go? Go back to you. So why I have to answer it? You say? That's the thing he teaches us that. He said that nothing, you know. Somebody, they say something bad to you. You didn't take it. So that person, he or she dirty their mouth, okay? They do nothing to you. And the ninth thing, you have a power, but the use power is very difficult. Some people, they abuse their power, especially the high-ranking people. They abuse their power. They do a lot of injustice to the people. But when you have a power, you have a money, you have authority, you don't use it. That's very difficult. The 10 things, when you see things in front of you, you don't have attraction. You don't be attached to that. That's very difficult. People, they see something in front of them. They're attracted to that. They have attachment. It's very difficult. And the 11 things, study profoundly. Investigate it. It's difficult. But some people, they're not that assiduous. They're not industrious, yes. They don't want to study. They don't want to study deeper. When you go to school, some people, they just study barely. The teacher give them homework, they do that. But some good students, they go home, they open the book, they read more. They go to library, they read more. They want to study a little bit more. Not only the assignment the teacher give to you, okay? You're a good student, you study more than that. For example, you study literature. Some people, they give homework, you do it. But the good student, they read more. They get more book to read it. They want to be better. So that's a difficulty. So in the study of Buddhism, same thing. Some people, they see the sutra, the Dhamma, they just barely, I have that, I just study that. No, you study more and more. Like I love you, Master Quang, he study all the time. I like it. He's a good practitioner. He study, I know it, he study. He study in his room, he study by time, he read a lot, do a lot. That's the good Buddhist person. That's the good practitioner. You need to study. The student, the same thing. Like your father, he's an architect. I bet he study more than he graduated already. He do the postgraduate training already. But now he still study to make his skill better. He go to the continuing education better. That's the way we do it, okay? That's difficult. And the number 12, not to be arrogant. That's the difficult. Some people, they're very arrogant. They thought, they know, they're educated, or they're rich, they become very arrogant. Not to be arrogant, that's difficult. You have to be modest. You have to practice modesty, humility. Okay? That's the best thing. Like I teach one time, Albert Einstein, okay? He go to the meeting. Somebody come late, so that person apologized. He said, I have to say sorry because I make a waste of time. He said, you didn't waste my time. You come late, I study. You have a notebook in his hand. He said, we come late, I use your time, I study. You say? But he's a super intelligent man, okay? He knows a lot, but he's still studying. You see, that's the way the people they are, okay? And they said, another thing, the number 13, and to despise, to look down on the people, they not educate you. That's difficult. Some people, they think they know a lot, they highly educated. They look down on all the people. They said, they're stupid, they're uneducated. They whim something. Don't do that. They didn't have chance to study. They didn't have money to go to school. They didn't have money to buy book. They didn't have transportation, go to the library. Then look down on them, okay? You have to help them. Then look down, okay? They have some reason. Some reason, they want to study. Maybe he or she not that smart yet. They're slow learner. They cannot learn. So we feel that way. They have something. It make them not able to study like you. So then look down. Then treat them lower than you. Okay? And number 14, to practice equality. That's very, very difficult. You treat the people equal. Equality. In Buddhism, Buddha treat everybody equal. He said, you understand, when he say this one, you admire that. He said, I am the Buddha. You are the Buddha in the future. He didn't say that I'm the Buddha. I'm the supreme. I'm the high being. Okay? You can reach my level. He said, no. I'm the Buddha. You Buddha in the future. Who is Buddha? It's an awakened person. I said, I'm awakened. You be awakened too. Okay? If you want to. If you practice like me, you make all the effort like me, you will be awakened. Okay? That's a very democratic system. That's equality. Not like all religion. All religion have a God, they have supreme being. You know that. And he, everything, you look at that, that's the human imagination. Because you ask yourself, who's God? Where you come from? You cannot answer the question. Okay? So Buddha is like us. He's a human being. By his effort, he tried, he elevated himself. And he wants everybody to reach that same level. That's admirable. Okay? You don't have any leader, any founder of religion like him. And number 15, don't say right or wrong. That's the duality. In the relative truth, we have right and wrong. But it's not absolute truth. The absolute truth is emptiness. Yeah, you can use the word to say it. You and me, we say wrong, right and wrong. It's our right now, our time, 21st century. But it goes to 25th century, our understanding is not that level. Okay? So it's relative to the time, to the place. So we didn't say that. So he teach that, then say right, wrong, the relative truth. You practice, you go to absolute truth. Absolute truth is emptiness. Emptiness is a very abstract notion. You cannot use the vocabulary, you can use the verbalism to explain it. We have to experience that. You experience. One time, your teacher, your master asked me about the emptiness. I tell him, who are you before you have the name? Tell me before you're born, who are you? And after you die, who you will be. That's emptiness. I said, if you understand that, I don't answer you, but tell me your name before you're born, and tell me your name after you die. After many deaths, many things, who are you? If you understand that, that's the emptiness. Okay? And now, number 16, you meet the good friend, the good teacher is very difficult. If you find a true friend and a true teacher to help you, to teach you, that's difficult. That's very difficult. You have to find the right teacher, the right friends, okay? Some people, they're not your true friends. Some people, they not truly help you to study, to advance yourself. That's difficult. It's very difficult. Even the teacher, if you're lucky, you find a good teacher. Okay? In life, and you can have many teachers. I told you, your master Quang, I said, as a monk, you can have at least 7 teachers. I'm one of his teachers. Okay? I'm his fundamental teacher, but he can have 6, 10, 20, 30, 100 more teachers. He can learn more. Okay? So that's the thing you understand. Come in. Somebody want to come in, tell. Come in. Yeah, just come in. Number 17, to practice Buddhism, to find your true self, it's difficult. You can sit in a chair, okay? Number 17, to study Buddhism and to find your true self is difficult. Because the practice of Buddhism is to reach enlightenment. What is the enlightenment? To find your true self. The one you know now, the I, the it, the ego, is not your true self. That's relative, okay? Your mother, your father give you the name. That's a temporary name. It's not your real name. Your true self, you have to discover your true self. That's the goal of the practice of Buddhism, to find your true self. So it's difficult. It's difficult. So if you understand that, you practice Buddhism. Truly, you practice Buddhism to find your true self. Okay? And to find the true self, it's difficult. Number 18, Buddha teach you, help yourself before you help the other. But when you help the other, use the circumstance, the way to help them. It's not no one way, okay? It depends on the situation you help. For example, you help somebody, different way to help. We can help them materialistically. You can help spiritually. You can help them emotionally, okay? You can support the people, not only with the money, with the thing you help, okay? You have somebody, they need help. Sometimes you are counseling, sometimes you're talking to them, you support them. That is the help already, okay? So it depends on the situation, so to help it. And the 19, when you see things and you're not touched by the outside, you always look the substance, the deeper of the situation. That's difficult, okay? Because some people, they see only the outside, superficial aspect of things. They never see the deep down. So it's difficult, okay? The Buddha always teach you how to think, how to do reflection. Don't take things as it, okay? Something, you have to think deeper so we understand it. And he said another thing, the last one, to support life, to protect life, it's difficult. You have to do such a way, because in Buddhism, we don't kill. We protect life. We do something to protect, but sometimes it's difficult. But you have to try to do it. Try to do it, because life is beautiful with Buddhism, okay? You don't kill. If for some reason you kill by inattention, you don't do it maliciously, you don't do it intentionally, okay? Sometimes you step on the insect, you kill the insect, you pray. You said, you go to the next life, you have a better life. I don't have a bad intention. I don't maliciously kill you for my enjoyment. Some people, they kill for fun, okay? Like, for example, some people, they go hunting. I said hunting for fun. But when you see the family of deer, you see the father, the mother, the children, and you kill them, you kill the father, kill the mother, it's very cruel. It's very, very cruel. We don't need meat to eat it. We don't need it. If you really want meat, you go to grocery store and buy it. But even you don't need to eat meat if you don't have to, okay? You can, vegetable, it'll be enough for you if you want. But you want to eat meat, eat the meat, you buy it. You don't tell the people, you go to visit your friend, you go something, you said, kill the chicken, kill the cow for me so I eat it. That's not good, okay? And you see, the supply and demand too. You eat more, they have to kill more to sell to you, okay? Like think about Thanksgiving. How many million turkey they kill just for the occasion, okay? And when you see the killing, it's no fun, okay? When you go to the slaughterhouse, you see how they kill pig, how they kill cow, and it's very big. They use the gun to shoot on their head. Sometimes they miss it, and the cow run out, very scared, run for their life. It's terrible. And they bring them back, they kill again. And then they skin them, they do that. It look awful, okay? Look like us. If the tiger, if the bear, they kill us for fun to kill us and to eat, you think, it's ugly, okay? It's not fun. So think about that. If you think that, you don't kill. One time I was in Australia when I studied to become a monk. I have one young boy. I love him. He's only 5 years old. When he see the bird run over by a car, he said from that time, I never eat meat anymore. And he go in the temple. He go in the joint, he go in the temple. He stay there. I asked him, why you want to come temple? I see the bird die. I feel bad. So I want to come here. I want to study Buddhism. And I tell my parents, I never eat meat anymore. When I see that bird dying, it's awful. The car run over and over the body of the bird and said, I don't like it. So I never eat meat anymore. I admire that boy. He's only 5 years old. Okay? So that's the 20 difficulty Buddha teach you, how to surpass these difficulty to practice Buddhism. When you see the difficulty in life, you have to surpass it. You have some way you tell yourself you can do it. You can surpass, you can pass the obstacle and keep practicing. Because the mantra of Buddhism is love. Okay? You practice love, you can do it. You can do it. We advance ourselves, we improve ourselves in Buddhism. That's the thing you do. Improve yourself every day, daily. We are not perfect, so we need to improve ourselves. We need to make ourselves better. Nobody is perfect in this life. The only person perfect is Buddha. But he practiced so long, how many lives? So he go to perfection. But us, human beings, we are far from perfect. We are very imperfect. So we try. We try to improve ourselves, to perfect ourselves. Maybe after many lives, like a Buddha, we can go to perfection. Not one life, maybe multiple lives. We go to the point we can improve ourselves gradually. Okay? That's my talk today about 20 difficulty Buddha tell us, and we need to surpass it so we can practice Buddhism. We can study Buddhism. And Buddha say that we remember 2 blessings in life. The first blessing, to be born as a human being. Because only human being, you have the potential, we have a capability to elevate yourself. Okay? Animal, they intelligent. Gorilla, they intelligent. Chimpanzee, they intelligent. Dolphin, they intelligent. But they don't have potential. They don't have capability to elevate themselves. Only human being, we have that potential. We elevate ourselves. And the second blessing is to meet the Dharma, to study the Dharma. That the version of life, make life meaningful, make it a lot of common sense. Okay? That's my talk today. If anybody have any question about my talk today about the 20 difficulty Buddha taught us and show us how to surpass these difficulties so we can practice with a result. Any question, I try to answer your question. Like the people, they come late. There's a three methodology in study Buddhism. The first methodology is the listening or reading. You get the data, you get the information, but don't take as it. Don't take like something you cannot change that. Buddha say this one, out of respect for me, I'm the Buddha. Don't believe what I said. You have to use your wisdom, your intelligence to reflect, to see it makes sense to you. You see if ethical or unethical, it's moral or immoral or amoral. Don't believe it. So, if you want to hear the monk or nun tell you something, don't believe it. Because you are a human being, you're intelligent, reflect on that. So it makes sense to you. It makes sense to you, take it. But don't take as it. You go home, you study more, you increase your knowledge, you make it more, you assimilate it. After you assimilate it, apply it. Application, practice it. Buddha teach you love. You understand what means love, and you practice love. That's the way to practice Buddhism. So, study, read, listen, then reflection, and lastly, application. That's three ways to practice Buddhism. It makes your life very meaningful. It makes it very pretty. Okay? And that's the best way to study Buddhism. So if you have no question, we transfer the merit and we will chanting. Namo Sakya Moni Buddha. Namo Sakya Moni Buddha. Namo Sakya Moni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplished today, we want to transfer to everybody and wish them the alignment.
Speech and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart. gratitude we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. Sense in the censer now is burning, all the Dharma realm in every place, auspicious clouds appearing, our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddhas now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense cloud canopy, Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattvas. To the eternally abiding Buddhas, the supreme Dharma and sagely sung throughout the Dharma realm and the realm of empty space and 3 periods of time. To the fundamental teacher Shakyamuni, Maitreya, honored future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattvas, and the glorious mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. To Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate bliss, Avalokiteshvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, great strength Bodhisattva, earth stored great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea like Bodhisattvas. Great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Namo great compassionate sarva sarva, mara mara, mahi mahi hridayam, koro koro karmam, doro doro vijate, maha vijate, dara dara, dirini shvaraya, chara chara, mama vimara, moktelehi ehi, shina shina, arsam prashari, vishva vishvam, prashaya, horo horo mara, holo holo hri, sara sara, siri siri, soro soro, bodhiya bodhiya, bodhaya bodhaya, maitreya narakinti, rishanina vayamana, swaha siddhaya, swaha mahasiddhaya, swaha siddhayoge, shvaraya, swaha narakinti, amara nara, swaha sira simha mokaya, swaha sarva mahasaya, swaha chakra hastaya, swaha padma kasaya, swaha narakindi vagaraya, swaha mavari sankaraya, swaha namo ratnatrayaya, namo harya Sharaya, swaha om sidyanto, mantra padaya swaha. His bringing morning light in concentration. My heart is at peace. A half smile is born on my lips. This is a new day, and I vow to go through it in mindful. The sun of wisdom shining in every direction. Noble Sangha diligently bring your mind into meditation. Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya, Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya, Namo Shakyamunaye Buddhaya. Profound and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Who bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between them is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice center is the net of Indra reflect. All Buddhas everywhere, as my own person reflects in all Buddhas, to whom with my whole life I go for refuge. Light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma in the of suffering and confusion. Shakyamuni Buddha, the awakened one to whom we bow in gratitude. Through ignorance awakening our hearts and our minds, Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude. Mindfully working joyfully for the sake of all beings, Samantabhadra, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude. To suffering, serving beings in countless ways, Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude. Awakening and loving kindness in children, sprouts, and all beings, Maitreya, the Buddha to be born, to whom we bow in gratitude. Way fearlessly and compassionately the stream of all our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude. Is deep and lovely, we now have a chance to see it and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. Sattva Avalokita, while moving in the deep course of Prajna Paramita, shed light on the five skandhas and found them equally. After this penetration, he overcame ill-beingness, and Shariputra, form is empty. Emptiness is form, form is not other than emptiness. Emptiness is not other than form. The same is true with feet, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousnessless. And Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore in emptiness there is neither form nor feelings, no perceptions nor mental nor consciousness, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no interdependent or age, and no extinction of them, no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill, and no path, no understanding, no attainment, because there is no attainment. The Bodhisattva's ground in Prajna Paramita find no obstacles for their minds, having no obstacle, liberating themselves forever from illusion and realizing perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi. Therefore one should know that Buddhist eyes. We will look without judging or reacting. We will look deeply so that we will be able to see and understand the roots of suffer through the impermanent and selfless nature of all that is. We will practice your way of using the sword of understanding to cut through the bonds of suffering, thus freeing ourselves and other species. Your name Samanta Bhadra, we aspire to your vow to act with the eyes and heart of compassion, to bring joy to one person in the morning and to ease the pain of one person in the afternoon. We know that the happiness of others is our own happiness, and we aspire to practice joy on the path of service. We know that every word, every look, every action, and every smell can bring happiness to others. We know that if we practice wholeheartedly, we ourselves become an inexhaustible source of peace and joy for our loved ones and for all species. Your name Shiti Gadra, we aspire to learn your way of being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and despair, so we can bring light, hope, relief, and liberty to those places. We are determined not to forget about or abandon those in desperate. Do our best to establish contact with those who cannot find a way out of their suffering, those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being heard. Know that hell can be found in many places on earth. We will do our best not to contribute to creating more hells on earth and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will practice in order to realize the qualities of perseverance and stability, so that like that we can always be supportive and faithful to those in need. Refuge in the Buddha, one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. In the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world, dwelling in the refuge of Dharma. Open many doors on the path of transformation, dwelling in the refuge of Sangha. Shining light that supports me, keeping my practice free of